do this thing. Eh. Wee. There we go. Too early. Too late. There we go. Hey, how's it going, Trident? Yeah, we're doing good. Hey, yesterday I had two identical runs of any percent. I think they were both 49 38s. One of them, I had a low 43 going into FFL, and TT was really bad to me. And another one, I didn't have good Dragon Plane luck, but I had a good TT and Wiz 2. Both of them ending up at 49 38. So, it can happen. Like actually, when I get my PB, it might actually be a 43 when I get there. But we'll see. Just gonna try to keep pressing on with 1 or 2 runs a day, and eventually I'll get there. And I think then after I put in my run for the day, I might try to do just something else I want to do, like either a little bit of a casual thing just for another game to play on the stream. A Link to the Past or Donkey Kong Country or something like that. But once we finally get this, we can start working on Hundo. Missing the zip. Yeah, they're both very good games. I feel like our community doesn't talk about Donkey Kong Country a whole lot. Like, we talk about the music quite a bit, but we don't really talk about the game. The games are great. Like, each one of them, I think, is a pretty challenging game in their own right. And I just really like the progression of the challenge in the different games, and they're just really fun. I got that same feeling about Tropical Freeze as well. I've not played Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii, so I need to give that a try at some point. Yeah, I actually back in the day, I don't still have the recording of it, but I had at least a sub-hour 101 on Donkey Kong Country. So that was fun. I mean, the record's in like the, I don't know, 47 or 46 range or something like that, but sub-hour, I mean, given a few of the tricks that you got to learn on it, I was fairly pleased with that. Uh, I'm trying to think. I don't remember if this was true of my second run the other night. I might have gotten all 8 cutscene skips for the first time. Oh, I need to go back and check that out. But for some reason, I'm thinking I did get them all. I did get them all. Yeah, Sparkin and I, we spent some time at one point doing a kind of a casual 101 together, you know, because they have like the team mode where you can have like a co-op. So she was playing as Diddy and I was playing as Donkey. And then we started to do it at DKC 2, but we ended up quitting on that one. DKC 2 is a very hard game. Ah! I can get a very good time on Ancient Lake if I can just get all these things to line up. Yeah, another game I want to play on stream at some point, but I think I want to play it offline again once more before I play it on stream, is Super Metroid. That was a ridiculously fun game. I had not played that till earlier this year, and because I know it's there's a lot of places with, like, backtracking and stuff like that occur in the game, but I kind of like that aspect because you get a sense of where you can go, you know, later in the game once you find the items, you know, required to be able to open certain doors. And I had a lot of fun with that game. And I know it gets a lot of attention at like GDQs for the races they put on, but just that game casually was just very fun for me. Nee. Put a little body English into that cussing skip right there. Just like, mmm! Hey, if our community's ever up for kind of like how the Rollin' Deep community likes to just play some like random games every now and then, all together on stream, I would certainly be down for that. Unfortunately, I have to coordinate and schedule ahead of time, like making sure AJ's taken care of, or that Sparkula can watch AJ while that's going on. AJ being Baby Sparkulus's boring name. Something like that would be kind of fun. Yeah, I think some of the Rollin' Deep guys, I think yesterday they were doing Yoshi's Island 100%. Cody has never played a Metroid game, but he's pretty excited for Prime 4. Is Prime 4 coming out? Is that a thing that's happening at some point? Also, how are you excited about the fourth iteration of a game that you've never played before? I think there was. So I didn't watch any of the like Nintendo Direct or E3 stuff, but at a family gathering, my brother-in-law was showing me what I guess would be the equivalent of like Metroid 5, the 2D games, where Super Metroid would be Metroid 3. Um, this would be Metroid 5, and it looked really good. Really, it was so fast paced. It it looks like a very a very good game. It's something I'd want to really scope out more. Dread, I think it was called. Hey Joey, how's it going? How's the time trialing going? The very active time trialing, apparently. No release date, still in the works. Never had the chance to play older Metroids, but he's down with the concept. Yeah, if you got a chance to... So I've not played any of, like, say, the Prime games. I've only played the first three. By the way, Samus Returns on the Game Boy, very good game as well. And I don't really hear anybody talk about that game in any great detail. My cousin really liked it. I played it, and it was great. Now, big problem with that, and maybe I'll show this at some point, but so there, has the same kind of backtracking stuff that you have in most Metroid games, but there's no map. There's no map at any point. Same thing with Metroid 1. So I was getting lost a lot, so I actually built my own map in Excel. And maybe I should show that at some point. It's not completely accurate, but it got the job done for me to beat the game. So Metroid 2 is your favorite Metroid? Awesome. Well, yeah, I mean the 2D Metroids are the 2D Metroids. So I've never played any of the 3D Metroids, so I can't really speak to them. I now know the 2D Metroids pretty well. Yuckies. The great thing right now is me meeting my goal has all to do with luck and nothing to do with my gameplay. My gameplay could be atrocious and I would still meet my goal. But I would like to play Prime at some point. I'm also getting better at cutscene skips, so I'm pretty stoked about that. You couldn't get into Super Metroid? Yeah, so I was talking to Triton. Yeah, I just played that for the first time this year, and my goodness, I really enjoyed the game. Like, it's funny. There's some things that maybe are not intended to are not intended for some of the things that make it good for me, but this is just how I interpreted it. So I kind of like in Metroid 1 and Metroid 2 how you don't have a map, because those places are uncharted to your group at that point in time. What 2 coins am I missing? Did I not get this one? Okay. Whew. Okay, and the lake. But those are uncharted planets at that point in time, so therefore you shouldn't have a map. And so therefore it kind of makes sense to me the way that it works, even though it's a real pain. Super Metroid, it kind of makes sense to me that you have a map because it's a place you've been before. And so, to me, that seems like it actually makes sense that you have a map. Now, you didn't explore certain areas of the planet, and so should you have a map of those places? I don't know. But at least for that, it kind of holds together for me. Because there's other things where it's like, yeah, it's really helpful for the gameplay, but given what you're looking at, it doesn't really make sense that you really have that. Like, say, like say on Assassin's Creed, having a map that tells you where exactly you need to go or where somebody currently is located. In the 1100s, I don't think that makes sense. Now, it makes the gameplay a lot easier, especially given how big the world is, but I don't know, it takes it out of it a little bit for me. I mean, even say like Vice City or Grand Theft Auto 3, where GPS hasn't really been used at the points in time in which those games are taking place. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but it kind of would have. I wonder what it would have been like to just like you had to like memorize what the street names were or the locations or stuff like that. I wonder how different that would have been. Hey, Sparkula. I got Joey and Trident in chat. Let's see. In the Zelda series, I've beaten 1, never beaten 2. Although 2 is your favorite Zelda. So I've not beaten 1 or 2. I have them both now. And so I need to go back and play them. They just gotta kind of make it into the rotation. It's not the rotation, but they have to get up there on my list at some point. The offline game that I had been playing, like for the kind of a first playthrough, was Final Fantasy VIII. But because I've been doing any percent when I've been given the opportunity, I've not played that in quite a while. So I'll get back around to it. Maybe after sub 2 hundo. But I might try to get to some shorter games in between while I'm going for the DKR speedrunning goals. Whee! Come on, Tricky. Whew. Well, this is fun. That's not gonna work. Oh, that does work. Okay. And I'm still gonna lose the race. Cool. Having a lot of fun with DKR, and it's awesome seeing a ton of players. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. One thing I can say is that the time I spent earlier this year when I felt like time trials or ILs was about the only thing that I could do. I'm noticing a lot of improvement on those tracks that I spent a lot of time on. Because now it's like my ILPB in Jungle Falls for Balloon Race was just under 40 seconds before I took my hiatus. And now it's like I'm regularly getting like mid 38s. So that's it's pretty sweet to see that, you know, improvement translating into the runs I'm doing. One thing I need to start doing very soon is getting Cannulus into the as one of my strats, because I'm currently not doing Cannulus on Fossil Canyon, and it's because at a time I was screwing that up quite a bit, so I just felt like it wasn't worth it to do it. But I think I'd rather try it and miss it at this point than just not go for it at all. I'll still not do it here just because I don't need it right now, but I'll practice it a little bit and then I'll start putting Cannulus into the rotation. Then I gotta figure out how to start shaving time off otherwise. Because it kind of baffles me right now that my sum of bests, I think right now on any percent, is a mid 41. And I know Triton's got a just below 38. And I've got all of the best luck incorporated into my splits. So, or into my golds. So that really is just down to gameplay. So it's like in this run where we're basically on these tracks the whole time. I've got 4 minutes to pick up. at least 4 minutes. And my TT Stomp could be a little better. So, like, TT Stomp, I think my gold is a 5th cycle, and I think you can get 3rd cycle. So, I mean, maybe that's like 30 seconds or so right there. But still. It just baffles me how good people are. how well it can carry momentum on tracks. Like a Jungle Falls. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because what is it? You can really get him on the 3rd time that he goes to the left. Is that right? That's the really the first attempt that you can really feasibly get. So I've got 5th cycle, or I've got the 5th time he goes to the left. So I can make up 2 cycles. It's just kind of amazing to me how good players are at this game. Is that right? Wow. So you don't even have first cycle TT. Wow. Wow. Triton, what's your sum of bests on any percent? Try for that double single. Mid 36, low 37. Low 37. Wow. Ah. I don't know what happened there. I think it was just an amazement at a low 37 sum of best in this category. And then TT slid the opposite way. Alright, so we're going to Snowflake, Snowball Valley. TT, you could have turned earlier than that. So I'm through Tricky. Um, through through both Trickies. So through both Trickies, I was in line with my PB after like a I don't know 8th try Tricky 2. um, yeah, I think I was just a couple of seconds away from losing the race. Like like Tricky making it to the top before I got the luck I needed. Yeah. Um, but my best possible time is mid 43 right now. So if I got Dragon Plane, just kind of in the the natural course of the without having to farm, I'm kind of hoping I've got a 44, like a I don't know, low 44 going into FFL. And with that, as long as TT just remotely cooperates, we should still be able to get it. But that wasn't a very good Jungle Falls. Yeah. It's okay. We're warping here. Let's do it. Yeah, I'll take Dragon Plane. This isn't really the time I'd want it if I could choose, but I'd rather have it than not have it. I'd rather have it in the inconvenient spot than just not have it. Okay, grab the warp. Grab the warp. There we go. Whee! This did not have 8 out of 8. I think this had... Let's see, I missed Jungle Falls at the start. I missed... It might have been 5 out of 8. I do think I had 8 out of 8 yesterday. Did I play yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. When I had 2 runs of identical times. All right. I don't think I've ever been hit by the snowball on the first lap. Joey, I hate this track. Maybe I should time trial this one. Like I said, it worked for me with Jungle Falls. Maybe I should start working on this one now. It's better first than it is third, really? Because I felt like third, all you're doing is you just have the little bit of the overworld run, or well, I guess you have the. Is that just because you have to make the trip all the way back from Sherbet to Dino? I'm so very much on autopilot at this point. Because I'm trying to think, if I did get Dragon Plane on the first one. Whoa, what are you doing, TT? Alright. If I got Dragon Plane on the first warp, we'd exit, we'd go into Car Challenge. I'd go into Dino. When we exited out, I'd get the hover. And then with the hover, would I guess I could still get the plane and go to Snowflake, and then when I come out of Dragon for the Sherbet Trophy, I can get, We'll have the plane. I don't know if that's better though. I was just wondering if the timing of the warps. Oh, is it because then when you finish Sherbet, when you do Sherbet last, you're coming directly out of Sherbet and just going to the sign. You're not going all the way back to Dino. Is that the idea? So first and second, both end with Sherbet, meaning you drive to the sign. So I guess that makes sense. And you'd be in plane also for the rest of that, wouldn't you? Because you'd get the hover challenge coming out of going for the Snowflake trophy. But then you'll have that also for when you're going to Sherbet. I don't know if that's materially faster than the hover at that point. Whee! And I don't really think I ever have good Whale Bay races either. So. See if I can have a good one here. I don't recall one that I've been like, yeah, that really felt good. Already missed a banana, but I can probably live with that. Yeah, alright. Good turn. Up the whale. Blue whale, as Sparkulus would say. That baby likes her whales, I swear. Yo, same. That blue whale is especially very helpful. Alright. The long drive back to Dino, and now we farm. Yeah, so in my PB, I had to farm one additional time. But then TT was really good to me. So Triton, going back to talking about DKC earlier, did you at one time have Donkey Kong Country and now no longer have it for some reason? Or... Did you never have it? Cause man, everyone should have their own copy of DKC. It's a long story. Okay, that's fine. I get it. But um, you know, some people have talked about like trading in games for stuff. I have never done that. I think if I've ever owned a game, I have kept it. Which is kind of surprising. I don't really have that many games when I think about it, given that I've been a player for so long. Although I haven't played a lot of games since, I don't know, the GameCube. So I played PlayStation 2 games, some of them, like Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City. Played the hell out of NFL 2K5. Dynasty Warriors, man, I love the Dynasty Warriors series. I wouldn't treat it as the strict beat 'em up game that most people do. I actually tried to be somewhat strategic when I was doing things. But yeah. I mean, don't worry about it. If it's a sore subject, I don't wanna bring that up.
Saturday night talk.
Yeah.
Saturday night talk is fun.
Yeah. Almost feels like we should have some wine or something. We don't have any chilling, do we? No.
Whatever happened to the backup one? Did you finish that?
That went somewhere with us, didn't it?
No, did it go to Symphony on the Prairie and it's been sitting in the garage all week?
Yeah, it was. So,
That sucks.
that's probably where that's been. Or some of that margarita mix. I could have drank in that without the tequila. That was still pretty good. I did have somebody back in the day that I traded games with. But actually now in retrospect, I kind of like it was a game that I ended up getting back anyway later. Oh my gosh, I got it.
Yay, Dragon Blade!
All right. Remember where Haunted Woods is. Go into Haunted Woods. Hit the trigger. All right, let's do this thing. But yeah, so I traded like I don't know, an SNES game that I ended up with another copy very soon after anyway. But I got basically every game on Virtual Boy, which isn't, you know, that big of a deal really, because like, you know, who really thinks fondly of Virtual Boy? Except there were so few titles, and now it's kind of a, you know, given the crap show that it was, it's kind of a collector's item to some extent. Yeah, my Virtual Boy is actually up on a bookcase overlooking basically the entire room. Hi, Virtual Boy. The one game I didn't have was probably the one good Virtual Boy game, which was the Virtual Boy Wario Land, and I now have that. Yeah, I actually, so I've had, I think, 3 PS2s also. One of them had broken, and maybe 2 of them. I might have actually worn 2 of them out, because I play them quite a bit. Alright. Here we go. Yep, so we're at a low 44. So as long as CT's somewhat nice, should be okay. Triton would have been done 2 minutes ago.
But you're doing good.
Just need a decent TT.
Cooperate, TT.
It's funny. I am my own worst enemy. Oh yeah, and still the possibility of a gold for sure. Yeah, I'm in a weird angle, but we'll get that corrected. Okay. Yeah, and I golded Wiz 2 last night as well. So that gold is very fresh. We're in. All right, let's go do this. Should I race it inbounds just to do it? Yeah, that was very close. That was. I barely made it in the room. He did that thing where he goes up only halfway. Should I just race inbounds?
No, you'll get the out of bounds. You always do.
I don't know. I'm tempted just to do it, race it inbounds just to lock it up. I don't know.
Whatever you think is best.
I go for it. Yeah. All right. I don't know what my inbound time would be. That's the problem. I try it again. Okay.
You are so fast.
Woo! Cut that one pretty close.
I thought you were in for sure.
As long as I don't void out here. We did it! Yay! We did it.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh,
I'm so happy for you.
we completely whiffed a high five there on stream. 44. But they didn't see it. Feels good, man.
Ooh, you deserve a champagne freezy for that.
A champagne freezy.
Yeah.
Is that your ice cream things that you have, or
No,
what?
it's like a frozen alcohol thing.
Do we have one?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
Go get it and get me the whatever.
I I have to go get it.
Fine. I'll check the laundry.
Yeah, I mean, I should have. Like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? Should I just, consolidate the PB? And yeah, I should have gone for it anyway. Like, I also had plenty of time to save, or like plenty of time to spare. I think if I had to, I think I could have done it. But yeah. So I had terrible tricky luck. I got Dragon Plane just during the natural course of. I didn't have to farm any extras, so that was nice. I didn't have all the mistakes in silver coins I did before, so yeah, pretty decent. I'm happy with it for now. Yeah, I lost literally a minute to tricky. But I mean, once again, it's like the minute I lost to tricky compared to my PB, I lost 40 seconds having to farm Dragon Plane once. And then I also had 33 seconds of time save at Wiz 2, and you can see I lost, I don't know, half of that basically to missing the inbounds once, or missing the out of bounds once. So, all in all, did it. And the fact that this one's so RNG based, that makes me feel good that I've got it now. But I also think that I can, once again, it's luck dependent, but I'm pretty sure I can 43.